Hello super parents. Let's discuss about interpersonal skills. We have with us Praveen Parameswar to enlighten us on this particular topic. So I'll move on to the first question, that is how to work on developing interpersonal skills in children.
Okay, that's an interesting question. So interpersonal skill is a very, very important skill every person should possess in life. So there are a couple of steps which parents can take to ensure that they are working on the interpersonal skills of children. Number one, see, human beings are social animals, but we train our children to keep themselves away from other people. So we always say our children that, don't get connected with too much of friends, don't hang out with friends, so don't talk to people who are strangers. So that means we are providing them a mindset not to get connected with people, which is, it's not very advisable. So we have to create a mindset that human beings are social animals. So you have to be well connected with people, you have to interact with people, build relationship, and maintain relationship perfectly well. This mindset should be cultivated in children even from younger age. This is very important. Second, in today's world, so the natural opportunity to build up relationship is not that much. I'm not talking only about the pandemic and lockdown time, because nuclear families, so even in schools, the opportunity, except some schools, many schools are providing importance to academic studies. So the timetable is jam-packed. So then tuitions, digital education, so a lot of programs. So only if parents try to consciously create an opportunity to expose children to people and give them opportunity to build up a relationship, this will be possible. So the second point is consciously create opportunities where children are exposed to others and build up relationship. This is number two. And number three, in interpersonal skills, there are a couple of components, and one is confidence. So you have to make children very confident about themselves. So even we have already done a video on confidence, which talks a lot, a series of things which parents can do to build up confidence in children. But to make it very simple, so you have to appreciate and support your children, because support you give and appreciation you give is in fact making children more and more confident on themselves. So it's very important to build up confidence. Then train them on communication, because another aspect of interpersonal skill is communication. So some children are by birth blessed as good communicators, but not everybody are. So it's very important to train them on communication. So by doing this, number one, so create a mindset which is for interpersonal relationship. Second, give them opportunities to get connected with people. Number three, build up confidence. Number four, develop communication skill. And number five, the very important part, it is so important to make sure that they see things through the lens of others. Example, suppose there is a conflict occurs between your child and his or her friend. So normally we see, the child would be coming to us and would be sharing his problems with his or her friend. So then what we do is we normally see the scenario through their lens. That is absolutely fine, but after making them comfortable by being empathetical, so we have to make sure that we ask our child to see the problem through the lens of their friend. They may or may not accept whether they are right or wrong, that's a different matter. But this is a simple training we are giving our children to see things through other people's lens as well. So these are some of the steps parents can take to develop interpersonal skills in children.
Okay, so you majorly think that they lack interpersonal skills, children nowadays?
I don't want to make such a comment, but I say in fact, yes. Because from our experience as a part of building up the concept of Lifology as a parent support ecosystem, so more than a decade, so we did interact with various corporate leaders, policy makers, educational experts, skill development experts, and with more than 10 million students we interact with through various platforms and collected their opinions from various parts of the world. So what we could understand is interpersonal skill is one skill which many people lack a lot because of many reasons. So yes, they do lack.
All right. So some children, they are innately introvert.
Correct.
And whereas others are like maybe not.
Correct.
So how do you deal with training skills into those people who are introverted?
Yeah. First of all, interpersonal skill is not about extroversion or introversion. Okay. That's one important thing we have to understand. Okay. Because many times we connect communication or it's not really about interpersonal skills. When we talk about communication skills or relationship management skills or interpersonal skills per se, so we connect it directly with extroversion. But interpersonal skill doesn't have any connection with your introversion or extroversion, because interpersonal skill is not that whether you're bubbly in nature or you're so lively in nature or you are so dynamic or vibrant. No, these all areas may be helping you a bit, but not necessary. So interpersonal skill is about understanding self. It is about being confident on ourselves. It is about understanding the other person. It's about seeing things through the lens of other person. It's about managing your emotions proper. It's about taking a person as he is or as she is and accepting as they are and building up the relationship by mutual help. So this is what interpersonal relationship. But if we can argue in a different perspective, an introvert person may be building a better relationship than an extrovert person in some way. So I would like to say introversion or extroversion wouldn't be so important regarding interpersonal skills. But if a person, whether an introvert or an extrovert, lacks interpersonal skill, it is absolutely trainable through various methodologies. Yes.
Okay. So coming to that point, I wanted to know what would be your suggestion to the parents as to how to develop interpersonal skills in children?
Yeah, I think, so when we started the video, we listed down the methodologies parents can adopt at home to develop interpersonal skills of children. Yes. Very important. So one major point is, so if there are no siblings at home, so parents have to take an extra step forward to build up interpersonal skills, which is very important. So if the things are not within control, that means because of some reason, if parents are not able to build up interpersonal skills in children by self, they can take external help. Either they can take the help of their teachers, or they can take the help of any coach or a consultant. Or what Lifology is trying to do is, so if any parent is connecting with Lifology, our Lifologist will understand the scenario, list down the problems, and try to make sure that we are providing with the right solutions to people. So these are some of the ways which parents can seek for the right solutions to build up interpersonal skills in children.
So in this world where everything is getting all digitalized, how much does that impact the interpersonal skills in children?
I love to say that even though we migrate to the digital field, so we can migrate interpersonal skills also to the digital field. This is what I love to say, but the reality is slightly different. And the reality is not so bright as well. Because when we are moving to the digital world, in fact, whatever is said and done, the possibility to get connected with people, the possibility to establish relationship, make the relationship thicker as possible, is in fact not that good as or brighter as so when we are in the real world, which is very important. So during the pandemic time, yes, we are into the digital world, but the trend of the world is moving towards a scenario whereas even post-pandemic or when the intensity of the pandemic is coming down, so then also we may be continuing on the digital front for a long time, but I would say that's not good. So once the scenario is favorable, it is exceptionally important to make sure our children are moving a bit away from the digital field. So they are again getting connected with their friends at school, outside schools, at their school, friends' space, and their friends are visiting your space, and so you are taking them for tours, or you are taking multiple families joined together and going for tours. So these kind of things need to be there in the world. So during the period where the world is shrinking to, so we can diplomatically use the world is shifting to, but in fact, in terms of interpersonal skills, in fact, the world is shrinking to digital or getting limited on digital. It is very important to make sure that we understand this is not enough. So once the intensity of the pandemic is coming down, so we should not continue more time on digital front. We have to go back or go forward to the physical world again and establish better relationship and train our children to establish better relationship. So every parent should understand, yes, you are so dear to your children. So your children have your relatives, their relatives, that means your relatives around them. So, but that's not enough. Your children should be trained to get exposed to strangers, because strangers are strangers till the time you establish a relationship, correct? So very important that so they get connected with people outside the circle of mom, dad and close relatives. And also it is very important to make sure that so they are well getting connected with, they are getting enough time to spend with them, establish relationship and build up relationship, which is very important. So I believe this can be possible. So on the go.
Perfect. So yeah, like how he has mentioned, interpersonal skill is very important for parents as well as kids. So thank you so much for joining us, Praveen sir. Thank you.